all, it's Alirien and welcome. This is our Imbolc tarot reading video. This is our first video of 2022, and it is going to be our Sabbath readings for Imbolc, which is also called Brigid's Day. Got some hazelnut spice incense burning right now. I've got my tea. I'm just drinking some Twinings Lady Grey. I will be doing 12 3-card tarot readings with the Beautiful Creatures Tarot by J.R. Rivera and Jasmine Beckett Griffith. So we're going to start with Aquarius, since we're in Aquarius season right now. And I will also be using as an oracle component my Amethyst rune set. So I'll have one rune pull for each 3-card reading, and that will make the whole thing. And technically it's 4-card readings. Whatever card is on the bottom of the deck will provide a greater context for each of the readings. These readings are meant to be for the time period between Imbolc and Ostara, which is March 20th, I believe. So just for the season of Imbolc. While each reading is meant for a particular zodiac sign, if you have that sign anywhere in your birth chart, the reading is probably meant for you. But if it resonates, even if you don't have that sign or you don't know if you have that sign, I believe in taking what resonates. I believe that you, if you are watching this video, were called to it for some reason. At least one reading in this video is meant to give you some sort of guidance. Stick around, listen through, and hopefully I can help provide those messages and that advice for you. We're gonna go ahead and shuffle and start off with Aquarius. So for Aquarius, all 3 of the cards popped out at once, pretty much all stuck together. We have the Star inverted, we have the 4 of Cups upright, and we have the Moon also inverted. The bottom of the deck was Temperance, also inverted. And we have the Fehu Rune, also inverted. Our main underlying context here is the Temperance card inverted, which says that you're really out of balance and you're not allowing the different problems and aspects of your life to stay compartmentalized enough. Your personal and home life problems are being brought to work, your work is being brought home with you, and it's causing you to just, in general, feel really out of whack. It's harder to see long term and see big picture, and you're so caught up in all of your problems that they're starting to affect each other. With this, the Star inverted points to those feelings of hope being a bit more delayed to actually show and manifest within you. You have so many problems that are mixing together and making you feel all just overwhelmed. I think the reason that hope is kind of sitting untapped still is because of this 4 of Cups that's right in the middle of the reading. There's been a loss of interest. Probably because you're overwhelmed and dealing with so many problems, you have lost interest in all of the things that normally would push you forward, that normally would motivate you. And there's no one to blame here really but yourself. You have allowed these problems to sit and to steep in such a way that you have just lost interest in everything. Anyone who has offered to help you with your situation, you have turned them away. It's starting to cause a disconnect between you and the people and the world around you. We also have the Moon inverted. You are slowly starting to uncover things that have been kept from you in one way or another, and you're starting to get in touch with your emotions, which I know is hard for you, Aquarius. There are a lot of feelings around your situations and your problems, but you don't want to talk about them, and so you're numb. We do also have the Fehu Rune inverted, and Fehu typically refers to possessions, nourishment, or cattle. When it's inverted, There is considerable frustration in your life. You're falling short in your efforts, you're reaching out and missing. You are compelled to stand by and watch helplessly while what you've gained dwindles away. This is fitting with the themes of the cards here. It's further pointing to frustration and dispossession. You've been making an effort to do something or to accomplish something, and you've fallen short. You haven't reached that goal, and it's frustrating you, and that's probably what's bringing on this ennui and this feeling of hopelessness and all of this disinterest. And if this is happening in multiple aspects of your life, it's gonna all bleed together and overwhelm you. Your emotions have to have a way out, because if they don't, they're gonna steep and they're gonna stew like really bad tea and just become bitter. I hope this is making sense. Aquarius needs to take a step back from all of the things in their lives that are overwhelming them and take time to get in touch with those emotions, find ways to reestablish the boundaries between the different aspects of your life, and reintroduce yourself to your passions and the things that you love, because those things will give you the outlet for your emotions. And if anyone in your life is offering help, let yourself be helped by those people. Okay, Pisces, we have the Queen of Wands reversed, the Three of Pentacles also reversed, we have the King of Pentacles upright, we have the Ten of Pentacles as the bottom card of the deck. The rune that we've pulled is Isa, standstill, withdrawal, or ice. Now, the rune of Isa is outright stating that you are in a standstill right now. You're not really moving forward, you're not moving backward, you're just kind of stuck. You are urged from the rune alone to figure out what aspect of your former self or of your past you are holding on to right now that you need to let go. Whatever it is, you are holding on to something that's preventing you from being able to grow and learn and move forward. And whatever the sacrifice is, it is something personal. Now, I suspect that the cards are going to agree with this. The standstill you are experiencing right now likely has a lot to do with these two inverted cards, the Queen of Wands and the Three of Pentacles. Short-sighted and narrow-mindedness, which is causing you to act rashly and not see all sides of a problem, not see all solutions. And when things go wrong, you're avoiding dealing with those consequences. Three of Pentacles, you're not handling your responsibilities, which is quite similar to the Queen of Wands here. You're all action and no thought. You're not taking responsibility. You're not working well with others. You're procrastinating on things, and your end goals are falling away from you, which is weird because you're on the precipice. You're about to, or have just recently, achieved some sort of a goal, but you're not acting like it. Are you afraid of success right now, Pisces? Is that what's going on here? Are you afraid of the ramifications of this success? You seem to be afraid of the responsibility and afraid of moving forward. I think that's what's happening here. This is your answer. You need to get out of this Queen of Wands and this Three of Pentacles inverted nonsense. Stop procrastinating. Stop clashing with other people. Stop being so narrow-minded and short-sighted. You need to start looking ahead. That's half of what the tens in the minor arcana are for. What's next? This is a lesson in needing to be dependable and needing to be loyal. You need to be someone that people can count on and can rely on. You're complacent in wherever it is you are right now, but it's not healthy for you. No one should be complacent being stuck in one place for the rest of their lives. Let go of this fear of moving forward and being successful and starting new things. Because there is literally an ace right behind this 10. Start thinking about what's next and focus on being dependable and reliable to those around you. Do these things in spite of your fear, and if you can do that, you may find that that fear eventually fades. Next is Aries, and Aries has ended up with 4 cards plus the bottom of the deck because 2 cards popped out one right after the other for that third spot. So we're gonna run with all of them. We first have the Emperor inverted. We have the Hierophant, Six of Wands inverted, and the Two of Cups. We also have, as the bottom of the deck, the Ace of Wands. Now, right off the bat, I'm seeing a good bit of Aries's natural fiery energy kind of worked into all of this. We've got the Six of Wands upside down. We've got the Ace of Wands. Right underneath the Ace of Wands is another Wands card. A lot of your core Aries fiery nature is at the heart of this. A lot of action is going on with this. The Ace of Wands is pointing to some sort of new inspiration or energy regarding something, and is encouraging you to run with that inspiration and really plumb the depths as fully as possible of where that's going to take you. The rest of the reading, though, most of it seems to be a little bit concerned about your state of mind. You are being a bit too passive and handling some sort of situation or problem that has arisen, and really should be more assertive. Be active, not passive. Be assertive with it and really try to focus on one thing at a time right now. The Hierophant similarly says that you are struggling to think and understand everything clearly, and is asking you to be very keen and very sharp in how you think and how you perceive things, because you may encounter times when people are trying to play some mind games, trying to maybe take a little bit of advantage of you. Be really tactful and careful in thinking about things before you do them or react to them. The Six of Wands also sees a lack of self-esteem that's causing you to feel unmotivated and a little bit afraid of doing some of the things that you want or need to do. And it could be that all three of these cards are playing together into one situation. Something has occurred that has caused all of these problems to kind of come to a head. And you've got this new inspiration, and I can see excitement about it. You really, really want to go for it. But all of these little problems are getting in the way. I think the key here is this Two of Cups that decided to jump out with the Six of Wands. Some sort of new, relatively new and beautiful, beautiful, well-balanced relationship. It might not necessarily be new, but some sort of relationship. That's what the Two of Cups is. That's harmonious and balanced and really, really healthy for you and the other party is gonna be the key here. I think the other person is going to help you with overcoming these issues. Let them help you is a big takeaway here. Similarly, you are going to be able to help this other person. You also have Aries, the Dagaz rune, which is breakthrough, transformation, and day. This is very, very fitting. It signals a major shift or breakthrough in the process of self-change, a complete transformation in attitude, and essentially a 180-degree turn from where you were before. All of this, the self-doubt, and the muddied thinking and the really passive lack of focus, all of this is going to completely flip on its head, and just, it's gonna be beautiful, Aries. Dagaz ultimately calls for radical trust in the universe, in the higher power you believe in, and you need to radically trust yourself that you're gonna know what to do and do the right thing each time you need to do it. I can't wait to see where this inspiration takes you. Taurus needs a decent bit of addressing here. We have Queen of Pentacles inverted, Seven of Swords inverted, Knight of Swords, and the bottom of the deck was the Three of Cups inverted. So our underlying theme here is a lack of friendship between you and at least one other person. You're either dealing with a false friend or a frenemy or something of that nature, but somebody is taking advantage of you and your friendship for their personal gain. They're not actually seeing you as a friend, they're seeing you as a means to an end. And you have maybe realized this. And this may be causing you to go on a bit of a bender and overindulge in some of your vices a little bit and neglect your obligations or be clingy. Some sort of false friendship or superficial relationship where you are being taken advantage of or mistreated is at the heart of this, Taurus. And we need to confront that other person, or we need to walk away from that other person. Hopefully confront first so that they can understand how they've wronged you. And if that confrontation does not resolve things, walking away afterward. Giving more information on this relationship, the Queen of Pentacles suggests that perhaps you or this other person, someone, most likely you, has been really fatalistic and hasn't been believing that there's any bright side to your current situation. You've been feeling kind of hopeless and pessimistic about things, and you don't think there's any light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak. People have been trying to talk you through this, and you're not letting yourself be convinced. The Seven of Swords inverted, however, says that some sort of betrayal or theft is gonna come to light soon, and whatever was stolen will be returned. If you don't yet know who this Three of Cups false friend is, you're gonna figure it out really soon. Whatever they've done to you, whatever they've taken from you, is going to be returned to you. You're gonna figure out really soon, if you haven't already, who the problem person is, and they're gonna get their comeuppance. If for no other reason, then you're gonna be able to confront them about it because you know who it is, and they're either gonna own up and they're gonna give it back, or you're gonna be able to take it back. This Queen of Pentacles is either you. Finally, the Knight of Swords points to pure curiosity that leads to freedom and wonderful knowledge. Some sort of shift is going to happen in your thinking. Probably because this relationship is gonna come to light, and whoever this person is probably either going to change their ways or walk away, or you're gonna have the strength to walk away from them. These are two bookends of a story here. You're being fatalistic and pessimistic, and you're not thinking that there's any hope in whatever situation you are in right now. But you're gonna figure out who this person is that's taking advantage of you, and you're gonna confront them, and you're gonna get back whatever they took from you, and they're gonna leave you alone. And that's gonna completely flip the script on how you've been thinking, and you're gonna have renewed thoughts of wonder and curiosity about the world, and that's gonna open up all of your potential and your opportunities as you move forward. I hope that you figure out as soon as possible who this person is, Taurus. You deserve better than this. The rune that we've pulled is Nauthiz, which is the rune of constraint, necessity, and pain. It's this one. It's a T with an angled cross line. And it represents the obstacles that we create for ourselves, as well as those we encounter in the world around us, both of which equally difficult to handle. So there's two aspects here, okay? You need to address what within yourself is causing this sort of pessimistic thinking and this idea that your situation can't turn around. You also need to address this false relationship of some kind where you're being taken advantage of. Because I think both are playing into how your situation has been going lately. Both being addressed are gonna open you up to the thinking of the Knight of Swords, where you've got all the curiosity and wonder for the world, and you're letting that lead you into amazing possibilities and opportunities. I hope that all makes sense, Taurus. So for Gemini, we have, this is one of my favorite cards and it's unique to this deck. You are one. We have the Four of Pentacles inverted, the Five of Swords, and the bottom of the deck was the Four of Swords. And the rune pull was Perth, which represents initiation or something hidden. So the You Are One card, this one, represents learning about and acting out self-love and self-acceptance. Recognizing your differences and your qualities, however good or bad, and accepting all of them as parts of yourself and loving yourself for who you are, rather than putting worth on yourself based on what others think or say. The Four of Pentacles inverted represents learning to let go of things. These two cards seem to be going hand in hand. You're putting more value and love into yourself, so you're not feeling as attached to any material things that you previously used to evaluate your self-worth. We do have the Five of Swords though, which speaks to defeat related to dishonor. Be cautious with other people who will try to humiliate you. There is someone who is looking to humiliate you through competition. Someone who either doesn't like you, doesn't like what you do, wants to be what or where you are. Ultimately, I'm getting a sense of some sort of envy. You are in some sort of competitive situation. You have been needing to stop comparing your progress to others and focus on yourself. Compare your current progress in whatever it is you're doing to where you were previously. You're learning to let go of that competitive aspect of it and focusing on yourself. You're doing what you need to. You need to keep doing this in the face of the Five of Swords. There's someone else who I think is jealous of you now or is going to be jealous, and they're going to try to make a fool out of you. And you need to be wary of this sort of situation. You need to be wary of who this might be. And if you figure out who it is, walk away from them. The underlying context is the Four of Swords that represents a time of rest and recuperation. And you need to rest and take a break from whatever you've been doing so that you can focus on really, really driving home into your head self-love, self-worth, and letting go of whatever material possessions you've kind of been clinging a little too tightly to. Doing all of that will help you better handle this situation. You're not going to be fazed by this if you take that time to rest and regain your energy before you move forward. Earth inverted is counseling you against expecting too much or expecting the ordinary, because you cannot keep repeating your old ways and not suffer. So it's urging you to call back your energy from anyone and anything that you have given it to and concentrate on yourself right now in order to grow. I hope that makes sense, Gemini. So for Cancer, there's some really, really good things going on here, but there's one that we need to be wary of. So we have the Six of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, Five of Pentacles, which is the one I'm a little concerned about, and Ten of Pentacles in the bottom of the deck. And the rune pull was Awaz, which is defense. So as far as the cards go, Cancer is looking mostly fantastic. The bottom of the deck is the Ten of Pentacles, which is a physical, material fulfillment and some sense of legacy. You've achieved some sort of goal relating to your career, your money, you're financially stable. And we similarly have the Ten of Cups, which is emotional fulfillment and contentment, your family life, your friends, your emotional and relationship bonds are great. You're counting your blessings and you're grateful for so much in your life. You're in a really, really good position right now. So good a position, in fact, that the Six of Pentacles has also come up, and it's reminding you that you have enough that you can give freely without expecting things in return or complaining about it. And if anyone offers something to you, or if you need help, feel free to ask. There's always going to be someone who's willing to give, and you can graciously accept what they offer you and move forward with that. So these three cards are all beautiful, beautiful, but there are some thorns here. And the Five of Pentacles points to some sort of loss. In spite of all of this fulfillment, you literally have two tens, which is amazing. Someone is putting the thorn in your side. They're trying to ride your coattails, essentially, or they are not celebrating your achievement the way you maybe hoped or expected, or as much as everyone else. They're not quite being there for you in some capacity. And with this being Pentacles, it means it's taking advantage of some sort of investable, tangible resource, your energy, your time, your money. Someone is gonna drain you in some way. Don't let that get you down, because you have so much other good going for you right now. And especially because there's two of them, these tens are urging you, be happy in this moment. Take this time to bask a little bit in what you've got going on, because you're well set. Start looking forward to what you're gonna do next and what you're gonna move forward to. You've achieved this beautiful, beautiful goal, and it looks amazing. What's the next project? And we do have the rune, which counsels you to patience. It speaks to the difficulties that can arise at the beginning of a new life. Because now that you've reached these 10s, you've got a new path lying ahead of you and you have to determine what that is. It's reminding you there may be some difficulties, but be patient. And this is probably the difficulty at that new beginning, is this 5 of Pentacles here. Perseverance and foresight are what are called for here. Be patient, persevere, and try to plan ahead as best as you can as you move forward on whatever is next following these 10s. In the face of this 5 of Pentacles, whatever loss, whatever drain that you come across, you can persevere in spite of it, and you can pick yourself right back up after it happens and keep going, knowing full well you can do this all over again. You've done it once, you can do it again. So Leo pulled the same rune as Cancer, which is Awaz again. So patience, perseverance, and foresight. We also have the 7 of Swords, the 8 of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, or the 1, inverted, and we have the 5 of Wands inverted. So the 7 of Swords speaks to enemies and betrayals of all kinds. That said, the 5 of Wands is speaking to competition clouding your judgment, and instead of relying on your skills to get where you need to go, you've been aggressive and inconsiderate, and you've been letting things get out of control. Acting in ways that you shouldn't because of competition is probably part of why someone has been able to take advantage of you and take something away from you and betray you like this. You need to stop and take a step back and remember that you have the skills to get wherever you're trying to go right now. You don't need to be so aggressive. You don't need to be over competitive. You need to instead take care of yourself, which is the main counsel of the Ace of Pentacles. You've not been taking care of yourself. Your physical and personal needs are falling to the wayside. So you're feeling weak and you're feeling tired and maybe a bit burned out. You also need to be wary of overspending, especially on anything that you don't need. Only spend money or time on or energy on the things that you absolutely need to do. Because if you don't, it'll be easier for the 7 of Swords to come to fruition. Be sparing and only spend what you absolutely need to, time and energy wise, and keep working diligently, keep practicing diligently toward your goal. 8 of Pentacles and the Rune are both saying the same thing, that you need to be patient and you need to persevere through all of this, and just focus on taking care of yourself and letting your skill get you to your goal. Okay, Leo? Okay, Virgo. So you have also pulled Awaz as your rune, which again is patience, perseverance, and foresight. Whatever's going on right now and whatever transpires for you in the next month and a half, these are your key things: to be patient, to persevere through it, and to think ahead and plan ahead and try to have some amount of foresight so that you can better handle anything life throws at you, even if they're curveballs or they're sailing at you 100 miles an hour. An extra card flipped on the last one, so we've got 4 cards plus the bottom of the deck. We're gonna roll with it. The 2 of Pentacles inverted, Strength, the 9 of Swords inverted, the 4 of Wands inverted, and the bottom of the deck is the 3 of Swords. Now, the underlying context of the 3 of Swords says that some sort of deception or disappointment, ultimately a heartbreak of some kind, and the grief that comes with that, either has recently transpired or is about to. And with this heartbreak has come a lot of self-doubt. Your confidence is just absolutely tanked, it's crushed, and you're hurting. Embrace the pain and admit to the fact that it's happening, accept that it has happened, and learn from it so that you can grow and move forward all the better for having experienced it. Even though the situation wasn't great, you can still learn something and you can still grow and improve as a person. We have the Two of Pentacles inverted, which points to a serious lack of balance. Fingers maybe in too many pies, overthinking too many things and being indecisive and just struggling to keep everything going at once. So you're overwhelmed by a lot of things that are going on right now, but you have strength. You have the strength and the fortitude and the wherewithal to handle your situation in spite of how overwhelming it feels and how painful things feel. You can still get through it. The Nine of Swords inverted also says kind of the same thing. Some sort of anxiety or depression that you've been dealing with has started to turn on its head, and you've started to be able to move away from it. You're starting to feel relief and serenity. You're thinking more clearly. This state of overwhelm is starting to give way because you're recognizing your inner strength, and so the anxiety is going away and you're starting to feel relief and you're starting to build back out of this essentially depression that you've been in and this state of hurt that you've been in because of this Three of Swords. The Four of Wands, however, when reversed, it implies a loss of touch and not giving yourself a chance to unite with those who truly matter. You maybe have been delving a little too much into creature comforts. You've been indulging too much in the material and not enough in the people around you. And those people around you could be the very thing that really helps you further build out of this Three of Swords. The rune Awaz says, with patience and perseverance, you can get away from maybe some of these vices you've been starting to fall into, and you can let your strength pull you further into this relief and this renewed concentration and renewed ability to deal with everything in stride as it comes to you, and finally move on from this Three of Swords and get some rest. Remember your strength, Virgo. Okay, so for Libra, we have pulled Feu inverted for the rune. And for the cards, we have the High Priestess, the Moon, the King of Pentacles, and the bottom of the deck is the Hanging One. First off, Libra, the Hanging One is encouraging you to gain a new perspective and be willing to sacrifice your old perspectives and your old points of view in order to gain new ones and see people and situations for what they really are. The High Priestess further is encouraging you to trust your intuition and to focus on asking the right questions in order to get those right answers to keep you moving forward and help you make decisions in ways that will benefit you. The Moon sort of doubles down on the idea of things not being what they seem. So you're going to be dealing with a person or a situation, kind of like basically all three of these cards have been pointing to you dealing with a person or a situation that isn't what it actually seems. It's not what it is on the surface. There's something else going on underneath. So you need to change up your perspective, follow your intuition, ask the right questions in order to reveal this. And unfortunately, when you do reveal it, it's probably gonna hurt a lot. When the Moon is talking about, you know, revealing these sorts of things, often it's kind of a big deal. So you gotta be prepared for that to hurt, but know that you're gonna be able to move past that and learn from this situation and move forward. And lastly, the King of Pentacles is someone dependable, who, when they say they're going to keep your secret, they take that secret to their fucking grave. They're willing to give whenever you ask them, because whatever you're asking them for, clearly you need it more than they do. They're willing to share their wealth for the sake of people being happy. They'd even give you the shirt off their back if that's what you needed. I think what that is saying, Libra, is don't let whatever this situation is with this deception cause you to turn away from this sort of behavior. Follow your intuition, trust your intuition, focus on asking the right questions, and let yourself gain maybe a new perspective and some new points of view in order to figure out what's going on here with this deception and this secret. Stay dependable. Don't let the situation that isn't what it seems sully you and make you become selfish or closed off. And then we have the rune. Feyu inverted points to considerable frustration in your life and a wide range of dispossession. It's further stating that there's going to be a lot of frustration going on. There may be something dealing with material goods as well involved in all of this, especially with this, like, the King of Pentacles, this material stuff. But most of this is major arcana, so whatever this is, it's a big situation. Follow your intuition, Libra, and you will get through it. Stay true to your dependable self. Scorpio has pulled the Page of Wands inverted, the Page of Swords inverted, the Transformation, which is death, and the Knight of Pentacles is the bottom of the deck. Your rune pull is Othila, separation, retreat, and inheritance. So the rune of Othila outright is stating that there's going to be a separation, there's going to be diverging paths here. And in some way, you are meant to be the snake shedding its skin to be able to grow. And you need to be able to submit to this severance and roll through it as you realize that it's necessary, rather than trying to avoid it and possibly stunt your personal growth. So the Page of Wands, when inverted, is someone who's letting people down and being incredibly manipulative for their own purposes and their own gain. They are trampling over other people's inspiration and aspirations by saying mean and hateful things just for the sake of saying them. The Page of Swords, inverted, is blowing things out of proportion, feeling the need to bring to everyone's attention every single thing that happens that they don't like, and overblowing or overstating the weight of even the smallest problems for the sake of comedic relief or at others' expense, which is a lot. All in all, it's a lot of selfishness. The underlying theme here is the Knight of Pentacles, which is very much reverse of what the two inverted pages are dealing with here. And I think I'm starting to see the situation kind of shape itself here for you, Scorpio. The Knight of Pentacles, I think, may represent you in this case. Someone who finds it within themselves to help other people in need without thinking twice about it. Their only mission is to get things done when it comes to helping someone. The Page of Wands and Page of Swords inverted together are pointing to someone incredibly selfish and self-oriented in their goals. It sounds like perhaps the person that you maybe are feeling drawn to helping right now is this selfish person, and it feels very much like they have been taking advantage of you and treating you like shit, and you've been helping them in spite of this because that's in your nature right now. Or you're about to encounter this person and you're being warned about their behavior. I think the radical severance that the rune is speaking of, it feels like maybe it's somebody that you are familiar with. It's someone in your family, it's someone you thought of as a friend, it's your significant other. It feels like something personal. And the radical severance of the Othila rune plus the transformation card, the death card, are pointing to this relationship being cut for your own good. Both of these coming out at the same time, upside down, felt heavy. I suspect that this may be one of those situations where you're not going to be able to talk through it with them. You can try to confront them and talk it over and try to resolve it. I hope that you're able to in that way. But I think what's more likely here is that you're gonna have to walk away because it is better for you in the long run that you are not with this person. And the big thing with Othila and death, especially coming up together, this is a change that has to happen. It is inevitable, and if you try to avoid it, you are stunting your own growth and you're just gonna cause more problems for yourself. Best of luck, Scorpio. So Sagittarius has pulled the Nine of Cups, the Knight of Cups, the Star inverted, and the Ace of Swords is the bottom of the deck. We also have the Dagaz rune of breakthrough and transformation. So the rune, firstly, signals a major shift or breakthrough in the process of self-change. It's a complete change of attitude and basically a 180-degree turn from how things have been previously. So you need to trust yourself and anybody else that's helping you through this change, and trust the universe that it's going to lead you where you need to go. So the underlying context of the Ace of Swords: your ideas are brighter, more vivid, and transparent. Your mind, your intellect, your wit, and the ideas that come from that are incredibly strong and bright and full of potential right now. And you are urged to stop doubting your intelligence, recognize that you are intelligent and you have great ideas, and move forward with those thoughts and those ideas, especially because the Nine of Cups points to almost complete emotional fulfillment. The Knight of Cups likewise points to someone compassionate for life who does their best to keep those around them happy and healthy. So emotionally, you are incredibly empathetic right now and incredibly compassionate right now because you are emotionally content and you're reaching out and helping others because you've reached a point of almost total emotional security. So you feel strong enough to offer emotional support to others. Your mind is starting to follow suit. Not everything is going to go quite the way that you expect or the way that you plan, though. This is a 9 of Cups, not a 10. We have the star inverted, which says that in the face of things not quite going the way that you expected or whatever sort of obstacles, there is still some amount of hope in you that's keeping you going. I think the breakthrough with the Rune is maybe pointing to whatever this Ace of Swords is. You've had some sort of a mental breakthrough and you are urged to follow that instead of doubting your mind. I think you're going to be able to go pretty far with that, Sagittarius, because again, emotionally, you're set. Keep this emotional cup as full as it is now, and you'll be able to follow these amazing ideas coming out of your intelligent mind and absolutely run with them. Hold on to hope even when things aren't quite going your way. Capricorn, like Sagittarius, has pulled Dagaz, the Rune of Breakthrough. We also have a couple of repeats from Sagittarius, but most of the cards are new. We also did end up again with 4 cards out of the deck, plus the bottom of the deck. So we have the Knight of Pentacles, this time inverted. We have the Ten of Swords, the Knight of Cups, upright again, the Ten of Wands, inverted, and the bottom of the deck is the Eight of Swords. Hi, Chica. So again, Dagaz, some sort of personal breakthrough and complete personal 180 that is absolutely going to happen, but you might not be able to predict where exactly it's going to lead you. What part of your life is going to take a 180 here? The overlying context here, the Eight of Swords, speaks to feelings of being trapped and being helpless in your situation, which may be partially your own doing here. Some of the other cards are kind of pointing to this situation as well. However willingly you've gone into it, mentally you're feeling stuck. You're feeling trapped. You feel like you can't speak your mind, thus you can't move forward in whatever situation. Knight of Pentacles is feeling the need to speak out about other people's perceived flaws and point them out to those people. Maybe this is someone who's done it to you and that's why you're feeling mentally stuck. You feel like you can't say anything against that person. But the Ten of Swords says that you have figured out the solutions to your problems. You know how to move forward, so it's time to actually move forward and leave those obstacles and those problems behind at the door. Knight of Cups speaks to compassion and empathy. Ten of Wands inverted is a reluctance, again, to actually move forward and deal with your problems. Wanting someone else to fix your problems for you and avoiding dealing with it yourself because you're trying to be stress-free. Capricorn, come on. We know better than this. That's one of the qualities that's always said about Capricorn, is they're hardworking. They're ambitious. I'm curious what the more specific context is here. There's some sort of situation you're in where mentally you're feeling stuck. You know the way out of it, but you're doubting that it's gonna actually be doable or that it's actually going to work So you're not taking that way out and kind of sitting there twiddling your thumbs, hoping that another solution that seems easier will come along, rather than just biting the bullet and doing what you know is going to work. Things can't always be easy, and in fact, rarely have they probably been. You're used to working hard. You're used to dealing with tough things. You can get through this too. Especially this situation. If this is you who's speaking judgmentally about other people, stop right now. Use your voice for better things. If this is someone else, get away from this person. Kick them to the curb, because they're not doing you any favors. If they're pointing out your flaws is why you're feeling like you can't solve this problem yourself, get rid of them. Tell them to shut the fuck up and move forward without them, because you don't need them. You need this compassionate person, which might be you, or it might be somebody that you know. You need this compassionate person who's going to be empathetic to your situation and help talk you through it, rather than this person. It might be different aspects of your own mind that you need to sort out. I've been there. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's all inside your own head. You've been listening to your self-doubt for so long that you feel stuck, like the Eight of Swords and the inverted Ten of Wands and the Ten of Swords are all saying here. You feel stuck, you know the potential solutions to your problems, but you're not taking them because you feel like you're not capable of actually doing it right and getting to your end goal and getting past this situation. But you are. You know you are. You know how to get out of this situation. The Ten of Swords says so. You need to throw these two inverted cards, basically, completely to the wayside. Stop waiting for someone else to come fix it for you. Stop waiting for an easier solution, and stop listening to whoever or whatever is constantly pointing out flaws and judging you. Listen instead to the Knight of Cups and the compassion and the empathy from the Knight of Cups. Recognize the solutions that you've already found and break out of this Eight of Swords feeling of being trapped. One last note, 2 tens. You are at the end of whatever the situation is. You're about to break through and be done with it, which is a very good thing. Start planning ahead for what's next. What are you gonna do once this situation is done with? All right, and with that, that is the last reading. I hope that you have enjoyed the video. I hope that the readings pertaining to you or that felt like they resonated really resonated, and I hope that my explanations of the cards and the runes made sense and thus provided the guidance that you may need until the first day of spring, the equinox at Ostara. And I hope y'all enjoy the new format. If you like the video, go ahead and hit that like button and leave me a comment down below letting me know what your plans for 2022 are. I know we're a month in already, but maybe you were like me and you kind of needed January to get over all the nonsense of 2021. On that note, I will be having a project plan video coming out very soon. I'm gonna get started on that as soon as this video is up. If you did enjoy this video, I have a playlist linked with all of my other tarot videos, so if you want more tarot content, give those a watch. And if you've enjoyed all of my content so far, I really suggest that you hit the subscribe button so that you are among the first to know when I upload a new video. If you would like to follow me elsewhere, you can find the link tree in the doobly-doo. If you enjoy all of my content on all of the platforms and would like to go above and beyond to help support future content endeavors, please consider becoming a patron. It is only $1 a month to do so. However you're able to contribute, every like, every share, every comment, every follow goes a long way into helping me build my platform and build my career. With all of that said, thank you again so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful night. Happy Imbolc. Have a wonderful Brigid's Day, and I will see y'all very soon with another video. Keep it moving, my loves. Mwah!